Lady Scots versus Northmor Lady Knights.
Monday night KMACtion brings you inside the castle walls at Northmor High School, where the Golden Knights look to ward off the Fighting Scots of Highland, laying claim to a conference victory amongst the conference realm. It's live and free girls high school hoops exclusively on the OH Report. Coming your way next. Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Conference rivals just about set to collide tonight as Northmor tries to protect the castle against the intruding Highland Scots. Join us for live and free girls high school hoops and KMAC play, making its way to your smartphone, tablet, or TV right now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to North Bloomfield Township. My name is Brian Skorotsky, joined tonight on the call by Garrett Parlett, and it is senior night. You are looking at the Lone Lady Knight senior who will be celebrated tonight. 5'8" wing Bailey Snyder had an honorary entrance into the game this evening. We're going to cue that up, let you guys see what it looked like for her on her experience for senior night. Check it out right now. There is Bailey being welcomed out onto the floor with her parents, and it was an emotional time for her. You see as she gets front and center in front of the home fans here, that breaks down just a little bit, overcome with emotion. And we all look back on our senior nights when you get old like me, and you do remember these memories. Awesome time. It's the one game of your entire career where you are looked at and, you know, they shine the light just on you. You get to share some of your memories as it was read over the PA announcement. Talk about your favorite memories from high school. So just overwhelming experience sometimes for kids. Certainly it's an emotional time before the game, and we had a chance also to catch up with her. Let's throw it down to Mr. Northmor, Travis Berardi, who got an interview with the one and only Bailey Snyder.
Travis Berardi down here courtside with senior Bailey Snyder. Bailey, senior night, it's your last home game at Northmor as a Golden Knight. Just what are your thoughts right now?
I'm really sad that it's over. Like, I love basketball and all my girls. Like, I wouldn't ask for a better team. And it's just overwhelming that this is my last home game for sure. But I'm so happy that I got to play for Northmor. I wouldn't have rather played for another team. So.
Now looking ahead to the game, you guys are going against a rival and the Scots. Just what's your guys' game plan for the night?
hopefully just to do a lot better than we did the first time we played them, be more prepared for them, and hopefully get the win.
And I know, tournament's just a week away. You guys are playing for a sectional championship at East Knox. What can a game like this do to help prepare for the East Knox game?
I feel like if we beat them, then we can definitely beat East Knox. So it's just hopefully we get this win, and then we're ready and prepared for East Knox, and we have confidence to play East Knox.
Well, thank you, Bailey. Congratulations on 4 years at Northmor, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll send it back up to you, Brian.
And we now listen to Jamie Zinger sing the national anthem for us. See some members of the boys team here in attendance tonight looking to cheer on their Lady Knights and see if they can't help push them into the victory column here, but certainly has not been the season Northmor was expecting with 3 returning starters back. And while Lexi Wenger and Reagan Swihart have been pretty good, pretty big drop-off in production and success, G-Man, entering tonight as well on a 4-game slide.
Northmor struggling as a bit of late. Lexi Wenger averaging 13.6 points per game, but they did lose to Winford on Saturday, Brian, 57-42. The Knights kind of struggle on both ends. They really have a hard time stopping anybody, and when they get the ball on offense, it seems that they force they commit a lot of turnovers, but for Northmor, they want to win this one on senior night for Bailey Snyder. They got to stop the inside post play from Maddie Gordon and Emma West from Highland.
And for the Lady Scots, they've had some pretty decent success this year, except when they jump into KMAC play, have really had some trials and tribulations when they played within the league. However, the feather in their cap, they knocked off Northmor the first time they played in Marengo, and they are coming off of a victory, so a little bit more positive momentum in the corner right now, the Scots, than there is for Northmor.
The Scots did beat 1-18 Elgin on the road, but I have seen this Highland team in person. They're a little overlooked at times. They do struggle in the KMAC, but when, as you mentioned, when they step out of the conference, they get the job done 3-3 outside the KMAC. But I've seen them at East Knox, a very tough score. I believe they're third in the KMAC for Lady Hoops, but Highland might be able to get it done today with Emma West and Brylan Tuggle.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. And there they are as the opening tip is back tapped, and it's going to be Lady Scott basketball. Caudill, Snyder, Swihart, Wenger, and Dilly. Carpenter, Fitzpatrick, Gordon, Tuggle, and West will round out the starting fives here tonight. As Northmor doubles down in the post, forcing the big girls to give it up. And that is one of our keys to success tonight for Northmor, is to chase out Highland onto the perimeter, force them to have to put up some shots from the land of 3. So far, it's been pretty good defense here on this possession for the Lady Knights.
Doing a great job, and right there, they will force the 3 right there. Highland can't get it to go, but there's Emma West down low, battling, and she kisses it off the window for 2.
West having a phenomenal season, 12 points per game, almost 8 rebounds per contest as well. And you see she is just a force inside offensive board, and the putback quick 3 comes up front iron from Caudill. But second opportunity created here for the Knights. And now a third as Swihart, offensive board, looks inside. Here's Wenger, good position, and they keep it rolling. Another offensive board, and this time Wenger rolls it in.
Nice pass right there to set it up for Wenger. Couldn't get it to go on the first try, however, sticks with it and gets it to go for 2.
Evens things up at a bucket apiece, so both teams successful on their opening possession, doing so by working the offensive boards. Highland works it around, great cut, but the defense was there. Swihart got a hand up and made it a tough shot there for Tuggle. Quick trigger, triple, comes up short. Rebounded by Tuggle. Pushing it ahead. Nice bounce pass in transition. And that one is good by Peyton Carpenter.
What a pass right there, threading the needle down to Carpenter, who gets rewarded for running the floor.
See full court pressure being applied by the Lady Scots here to open up the contest. So far, Northmor has not had trouble with it. Turnovers have been a problem for the Lady Knights all season, though. We'll see if they can keep that under control as Winger sends one, and it ricochets off the back iron. One and done with a defensive board here for the Scots. They've got numbers. Up fake and then off the drive. Too strong off the glass from Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick with a nice move right there with the up fake. Had the open shot, but just too strong off glass.
Skip pass into the hands of Caudell. And now Swihart gets some directions from over at the bench and head coach Freddie Beachy. Taking a tumble there was the senior. And now Snyder with the rock underneath. Can't get the basket to go from point-blank range. Back the other way, and it spins out on the layup attempt by Savannah Fitzpatrick. But running the floor very well so far in the early going are the Lady Scots.
Highland getting up and down the floor, as you mentioned, Brian. They're sharing the wealth on offense, passing the ball around. They're not being too selfish, being very patient on offense, not forcing the threes. As we mentioned, Northmor should be trying to step out there and make them force some threes. Don't get it down low to Emma West because she is very fancy down there with her footwork.
Fitzpatrick looking to split the pair here after missing the first. Savannah will do just that. Splashes the second. Makes it just a 3-point cushion. As Winger brings it into the forecourt, gets it off to Swihart. Defensive gamble. Now Lexi draws a crowd. 3 around her. And they get it into the hands once again of Snyder. And she started off the game 0 for 2, looking for her first bucket here on senior night.
As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Northmor can get the open looks. They just struggled to hit them, shooting a rough percentage from the field all season long. Got to knock down these easy freebie shots.
Get our first substitution of the night. As Guinevere Jackson, the sophomore guard, will make her presence out on the floor. Here she is, drawing a double team. And now Carpenter off the kick out. Jump shot well off the mark. And it's boarded by Northmor. Here come the Lady Knights. Winger in transition. Gives it up. Caudill sends another one. 0 for 3 now for Page to start.
Ever since the start of the game, Northmor beginning to struggle. Credit to Highland on the transition defense right there, getting back and getting a hand on the box on getting the defensive rebound. But right there, Northmor getting into passing lanes and tipping the ball out of bounds.
Here are our keys to the game, and so far Northmor has taken care of the basketball. Rushing shots, though, that's been a problem for them all season. They've had a couple of clean looks at 3, haven't been able to knock them down, and then force Highland out to the perimeter. So far, they've done a pretty decent job of that. See if they can keep it up. Here's the takeaway created by the Knights. It's Riley Johnson coming up with the theft. Winger going to try a deep 3. That's college range. Can't knock it down. Rebounded by Jacinda Eblin. Lady Scots in the half-court set. Looking to do some work off the bounce here is Eblin, and what a setup there. But no points on the possession as the shot was off the mark from West.
It was a tremendous pass. Wrapped it around the defender right there to get it to West, and West couldn't get it to go.
Caudell backing it out, now gives it up to Swihart. Lexi's going to try one. So the Lady Knights stuck on 2 points here as the shooting woes continue in the opening quarter. Crisp look there, and nobody can knock down a three here in the first.
Looks like they put some lids on the bucket. It looks like we're going to get a timeout from Bryce Lehman and the Golden Knights.
Just 5-2 was the score so far here in the early going. We've seen some pretty nice offense, though, G. Nice ball movement on each end. It's just the capitalization, knocking down the shots, that's been problematic, certainly for the Golden Knights this season when we've seen them. And for the Fighting Scots, too, a couple of wide-open looks, just haven't been able to bury them.
Both teams have really struggled, especially Northmor. Highland being a little bit more patient, not taking those threes, as Northmore's had a few good looks from downtown, but just cannot capitalize, as you mentioned. So Northmor got to get something going, do not want to fall too far behind. Only a 3-point lead as of now, so got to continue to do so.
Out of the timeout, it's going to be Northmor basketball. The sophomore Johnson to inbound. Throws it up over the top. Now Zager gets it into the hands of Swihart. Back to Wenger. He's got a great up fake, jump stop. And the contact was created. Gordon bumped into her, no call. Turned into an air ball. And the Scots nearly gave it away there. Swihart didn't actually have to touch it. It would have been Northmor basketball, so ill-advised play right there. Highland off the throw-in, come up top. Now Carpenter draws a double team, has to come back to the top. Lady Knights doing a nice job of help defense, but if you leave open too many shooters, they're going to knock them down. This time Carpenter does.
Nice shot right there from Carpenter, just playing that mid-range game and splashes it from the elbow.
Unloading one right here and catching just about every inch of the rim except for going through the net there was Emily Jordan. And back the other way, it's the lefty. Pure right there was Jackson.
It's just tremendous ball movement here from the Scots. They're being very patient, not being selfish either. They get it to Jackson, who's wide open in the corner, and knocks down the mid-range.
Wenger gets the switch, now inside to Reagan. She kicks it out. Another nice look. But Northmor remains just at 2 points. Traveling violation, though. Highland just with a 7-point cushion here, G. So as bad as the shooting woes have been for Northmor, I mean, they're right within striking distance if they can come down and get something going offensively.
Still able to get back into this game. They've had the shots, they just cannot make them. And when they do make them, if Highland can continue to not really do that much on offense, Northmor can get right back into this game.
And we see your comments flowing in here on the Facebook chat, so make sure that you drop us a comment as Swihart uncorks one and knocks it down. And boy, what a sight right there for Reagan Swihart, exactly what Northmor needed.
A desperate shot that they really needed right there to get some momentum back on their side here on senior night. Do not want to come out flat, and Northmor finally rises to the occasion.
Gambling there was Johnson. It sets up this. Coming up short, though, was Tuggle. And it's going to be out of bounds. Possession arrow will stay down here as you see Reagan Swihart with a deep triple. Reagan averaging 6.5 points per contest. Does most of her best work at the defensive end. Leads the team with 4 steals per game. Here she comes, pushing the break. Nearly turned it over as Kennedy Aldazir disrupted that one.
See if Northmor can get a big shot here, maybe cut this down to 2 points or possibly even one if they can make a trifecta.
Go down on the block. Looked like Swihart was trying to create some contact, didn't get the whistle. And now they foul Highland. About 75 feet away from the basket. Third team foul now on the Lady Knights.
Frustration foul right there from Northmor. Didn't get the call on that play right there. Definitely thought there was some contact there, Brian, but they didn't get the call, and a little bit of frustration foul.
Golden Knights pressing the issue, full court man-to-man, and they're going to come up with a turnover. Down to 2 seconds left, though. Swihart puts it up at the horn, and that will take us to the end of one where the Lady Scots enjoying a 9-5 advantage.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Back inside the castle, there's the Northmor student section looking to pump up their Lady Knights, and maybe they've got it going on for them as Caudell finally finds her spark from long range. 1 point lead, but now they push it back up to three. Just too much Emma West inside, and one opportunity on the way.
Back-to-back possessions right there. Great offense from both teams. Caudell on the other end for Northmor. Northmor finally beginning to hit their shots. They've splashed 2 threes. One here in the second quarter, and one late in that first quarter. And then Emma West on the other end for Highland, using her muscle and her strength to get that one to go for the and one.
Swihart started the second quarter on the bench. Only got about a 19-second breather as she checks in. Caudill checks out after knocking down the three. Now here's Wenger. Jump stop. That one spun out. Rebound to West. Nice low dribbling there through traffic, but now tied up was Tuggle. Had she been able to recollect it, she had 3 wide open options all over the floor. It's supposed to be blue ball. Lexi Wenger didn't get the message. Tuggle assessing the defense. Knights playing a trapping zone defense. Fitzpatrick, great look inside. Gordon had to give it up to West, and she comes through.
What a take right there, using her dribbling ability to get to her spot and float that one up over the defender right there to not get the block.
6-point cushion now for Highland, their biggest of the night. Northmor won't cut into it here. Looked like that one might have got tipped on the shot attempt. Now here come the Scots. They uncork a three. It's going to be too strong, but West secures another offensive board. Triple on the way from the corner, and no good. There's Dennison down the lane. Rocked it off the back of the glass. Another good-looking pass on the interior, but Wenger just ripped it right away. Stole it from Tuggle. Gives it off, quick shot, too strong here from Johnson. Loose ball foul whistle will go against West. It's going to be the first foul against Emma West, second team foul on the Lady Scots.
See what kind of set Northmor gets in here offensively. See if they can cut this to a 3-point lead. They're beginning to find their stroke, Brian, behind the 3-point mark.
Swihart had a clean look at it. Short arm the shot attempt. Jackson draws a double. Knights trapping all over the floor right now, so it will lead to this. Here's Eblin. Quick jumper, but it's boarded by Swihart.
Great defense right there from Northmor, forcing a jump shot, and on the other end, see if Wenger can get it to go, and she can, coast to coast. Gets another bucket to her total.
Second basket of the night for Lexi Wenger. Pushes her up to 4 points on the night. Excellent ball movement by Highland as they go side to side. Clean look, and they bury it. Nice shot here from Guinevere Jackson. See if Wenger can continue to be the hot hand. She hasn't been that aggressive so far in terms of looking for her own shot. This time, step back. Cash money.
Nice shot right there from Wenger, getting to her spot with the step back move. Got the defender. Got some separation, and got that one to go for 2.
So back and forth we go here in this second quarter. Corner pocket tray. Won't find its mark. Knights looking to build some momentum. Got back-to-back buckets, both by Wenger. See if she can make it 3 in a row, and she will from downtown.
7-0 run from Lexi Wenger herself. Highland has got to get a timeout.
One more look. Here's Wenger. All sorts of space. And what do they say if your hand is down? G.
Hand down, man down. Brian got to step up right there and close out on a player like Wenger.
Fighting Scots failed to do so as Lexi taking over now. She's up to 9 points, the high scorer in the game up to this point. And just like that, the Golden Knights right back in it, trailing by just 1. Started so slow, but all they really needed was a spark. And unless there's some adjustments made by Highland coming out of this timeout, I don't know why you wouldn't just keep going to Lexi Wenger.
They're forcing Highland into jump shots. It's a credit to Northmore's defense. They're not letting Highland get it down to Emma West and Maddie Gordon, who are such dominant post threats. They're making Jackson and Altizer shoot outside jumpers, and it's just so far working for Northmor. And when they get it on offense, it's just the Lexi Wenger show so far here in the first half.
See what type of response Highland draws up here as we're midway through the second quarter now. Lady Scots would love to get it down on the block, but jumping the route there was Caudill. Pushing it to Wenger, stutter step. Off the hesitation, left hand, came up short, collected her own miss though, but poked away. Gordon got a piece of that one. So possession back for the Fighting Scots. Go from corner to corner. This one's uncorked and it goes through the bottom of the net for Altizer.
Making me eat my words, Brian. I said make them force some open threes from Altizer, and she does it on the other end, gets the steal. Let's see if she can capitalize here with the fast break bucket, and she can.
Goes off the window for 2 more. It's a 5-0 personal run for number 14, and Swihart, after the turnover there, just allowed her to go by like a turnstile. Not sure what she was thinking. Wenger down low. Banging inside, and she's going to be fouled by Gordon. So you see Lexi, the standout junior, doing everything she can to try to keep her Golden Knights into this contest.
Lexi Winger, a great force here in the KMAC for Northmor. Obviously not the year they wanted, but much to build off of. A very young team, only one senior, Bailey Snyder. So I'm sure Lexi Winger is going to be back next year and be better than ever.
Core nucleus of this team, as you mentioned, all going to be back. All 5 starters. But also, to your first point, also hasn't been the year that Northmor anticipated that they would have. And boy, it's been a strange one for everybody having to deal with all the restrictions and the practice constraints and the COVID protocol and the contact tracing. But you just try to navigate the best you can. And so far for Northmor, that's only led to 3 wins as they get a timeout down on the floor. Freddie Beachy wanted to talk some things over with his kids. And only down by 5 points right now, G. They haven't really shot it well, but they found the spark. And typically that spark for them all year has been Lexi Winger. I think you just got to keep feeding her, man. Sometimes, just let the big dog eat. Give it to 32, get out the way.
She does most of her damage in the post, too. Get it down there, make Highland play either perfect defense and get the block or make them foul and head to the free throw line as she did on that previous possession. She is dominating here, 10 points, a leading scorer from both sides.
And then for Highland, been able to get some clean looks. Uber aggressive defense by Northmor. They've either turned over the Fighting Scots or Highland's got great look, nobody around them. So it'll just be a matter for them of knocking down shots, taking care of the basketball. If they can keep getting these clean looks, it seems like it's a matter of time before they start turning it into a couple 2-3 makes in a row. But at the same time, Northmor implementing that trap pretty well. So we'll see. Pass inside to West. She makes good over a double team. How about Emma?
Play right there. I mean, it was perfect defense from Northmor too, but better offense beats better defense right there, Emma West.
Now the largest lead of the night for the Fighting Scots. When it just looked like the Golden Knights were starting to find their groove. But the Scots have the last 3 field goals in the game. Here's going to be a triple sent off the glass. Brooke Dennison, the freshman, making her presence felt.
Dennison kissing it off the top of the window. Brian, the bank is open here on a late Monday night.
I didn't know they had banks in North Bloomfield Township, but evidently they are open. They are open, laden. Northmor, the harassing defense, continues to pay off here. Like I said, it's kind of been hit or miss. They're either forcing a turnover or giving a clean look to Highland. This time works in their favor. Swihart, quick first dribble. Somehow, some way back to Papa. Got it back and was able to go good for 2.
I believe there were 3 Highland Fighting Scott defenders right there, but Swihart staying with the ball. Didn't get the first one to go, but followed her shot as they always teach, and she got it to go for 2.
Crispy perimeter ball placement right now by Highland. Now the skip pass. Tried to force that one to the foul line. It's poked away from Howard. And then West overshot everything. So here come the Knights. Trailing now just by 2. As Wenger pulls it out. Swihart checking the clock. Down to a minute to go here in this first half. Reagan to Condell. Tough shot. From the short corner, the pass to West. Took a bump down low from Reagan. See if they count this as a shooting foul. I think they're going to say it was on the floor, Gene. That's going to be the 15th foul now against Northmor.
It was a beautiful high-low from the 2 post players for Highland. Got it to Emma West, their best scorer on this team, and got the foul. Thought she was in the shooting act, though, Brian.
Official thought otherwise as Highland zips it around the outside. Now they pitch it into the post, kicked out. Tough runner. Looked like some pushing going on down there. Tuggle got bumped. It's going to be a foul against Caudell, her first. See what Highland gets out of this out of bounds play. Nothing. As it's poked away, Dennison coming over and applying some defensive pressure.
You can feel the change in energy from Northmor, especially defensively. They're up in the passing lanes, playing with active hands and good deflections.
And this is an interesting zone that they play. It's a 2-1-2, and they really will trap just about anywhere on the floor. And as you've seen, it'll leave open some shooters, but it's a matter of knocking them down. If you're Highland, they can here. And the long rebound ends up in the hands of Brooke, pushing the pace. Would have been a tough pass to Haley Dilly, so it is a giveaway here by Northmor, and they can ill afford to have those here tonight. Just 1 second to play with, though, for Highland. And that shot won't come close, and that'll bring us to the end of 2 quarters. Been a good battle so far. Back and forth affair. The Knight faithful enjoying it as their team has clawed their way back to within 2 as they enter the halftime locker rooms. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with some halftime stats. Get you all prepped with the knowledge you need to watch the second half. Quarter number 3 on the way, so keep it locked and loaded. Live and free high school hoops will return on a Monday night.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report. It's halftime here inside of the castle, where after 2 quarters of play, we've got the visiting Highland Scots on top, 23
to 21 in what's been a back-and-forth game. I'm Brian Skronsky. This is Garrett Parlett, and it's been kind of an interesting one, G. A game of runs. I mean, they say that's what basketball is. That's precisely what we've seen here tonight. With Northmor getting off to such a slow start, then they started to pick it up, then Highland drops off for a little bit, and then Northmor finds their stride. So it's just been one of those kind of games where both teams, you know, they have some good play and then kind of falls off for a minute.
Highland, I believe, came out on an 8-2 run, and then all of a sudden Northmor got that timeout call, and then they started to crawl back into the game. I think Austin, our statistician, said that Northmor at one point was 1 of 13 on field goals. So
yeah.
A very struggling first quarter for the Knights, to say the least, but they definitely picked it up in that second quarter, and his main part was because of their defense. They forced Highland to take some shots that they weren't going to be able to make due to the difficulty of them and the defense, but just a very overwhelming first quarter for some offense.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of our keys to the game, was force the Scots to have to shoot it from the perimeter, and they have not shot it well so far from the land of three, as the first half stats are going to show you here in just a moment. On the flip side, though, Golden Knights, they have been stroking it from downtown, G. I mean, they haven't done great when they've got the ball in the lane, but 4 triples right now for Northmor. That's kept them within striking distance.
12 of their 21 points are coming from behind the arc, and Lexi Wenger is a big part of it. She has 10 points tonight, leading all scorers, and right behind her for Highland, Emma West. Kind of a flip-flop of games so far. Lexi doing it really on the outside, and then Emma West for Highland doing it down low. So it's going to be a struggle, really. Whoever can come out defensively, get the most stops, force the most turnovers, get in the transition, get it to their best scorers and their best players, is going to get it done tonight.
And for the Lady Knights, we thought they needed to take care of the basketball. Boy, have they done that, G. Like, the pressure on the perimeter for Highland has not bothered them. You have to give a lot of credit to Northmor for at least being able to handle that and not give it away with boneheaded passes, allowing girls to jump the passing lanes.
Freddie Beachy, I believe, implemented that trap in the second quarter, and ever since then, Northmor has been smothering Highland defensively, forcing 6 turnovers in those first 2 quarters, and getting out offensively and getting into transition offense, and it's been paying out. So let's see if they come out in that second, or in the second half with that press.
Northmor right now shooting 26% from the floor, but 36% from downtown. They're starting to heat up a little bit from long range. Highland, a little bit different story. 38% for them from the floor, but just 11% from long range. They've shot a lot of threes, have not connected on many. So if Northmor continues to keep pressuring, trapping on the perimeter, and then allowing the wide open looks from 3, it's just going to be a matter of if Highland's going to make them, they're probably going to win the game. If they don't, it should be real interesting when we get into crunch time.
It's going to be a good finish here, Brian. As you said, it was a game of runs, and really whoever might finish this game with the run and with the going on the 10-0 run, whoever wins it defensively, I believe, whoever forced the most turnovers, as I mentioned, and gets on the offensive end and gets some easy buckets is going to be the winner tonight.
Well, we'll all find out together how it's all going to go down over the next 2 quarters of play. We'll take one last time out. Second half action on the way, live and free from here at the Castle.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report.
Second half action just about ready to begin here at the home of the Golden Knights as we welcome you inside of the castle where third quarter action is just about ready to begin. My name is Brian Skoronsky, joined tonight by Garrett Parlett as you're looking inside of the Northmor huddle. And go ahead and throw on your coaching hat, G. What are you telling your team right now if you're Coach Beachy to get them locked in, engaged? What's the game plan?
Continue to do what you're doing in that second quarter. They went on a few runs to end that second period, and if you're Coach Beachy, you got to stress that press. That press was working. That trap was working in the half court, forcing 6 Highland turnovers. So just continue to do what you're doing and get it to Lexi Wenger, obviously. 10 points so far. Got to get her going here in the second half and continue what she does on offense.
There's Wenger out on the floor along with Haley Dilly. 2 members of the junior class. Very talented junior class. Along with Swihart and Caudill. So certainly the future for Northmor girls basketball is in good hands. They should be a force in the KMAC next season, but you would love to build some positive momentum here down the stretch because, I mean, this is the team that you're going to have next year. You know what I mean? Like, how much are you actually going to improve over one off season? So we'll see what this team's made of here over the next 2 quarters. I think this is going to be key for Northmor as they get ready for tournament action to get some good juju flowing here in half number 2. Would love to send Bailey Snyder out with a win on senior night. Snyder out on the floor here as we open up the third quarter. Wenger off the double team, sets up Caudill, launches one, comes up just short, and a short rebound into the hands of West.
That one looked good from my angle, Brian, but Caudill has splashed one here tonight already. Thought that one was going to go as Carpenter cues up one, but can't get it to go.
West creating another opportunity here for Highland. Tuggle goes down onto the block. Cutting player is Fitzpatrick. She's got to kick it out, and they get it to West all alone. Got an interesting looking jump shot from outside, and that one won't fall. That's been a problem for Highland so far. Just one make from downtown in this contest.
Northmor doing exactly what we said in the pregame, Brian. If they want a chance to upset Highland tonight, force Highland to take some ill-advised jumpers from the outside, especially from three-point range. They struggle from the three-point arc.
Off the slip inside. Saw Snyder was calling for it. And she would love to get a nice bucket on senior night. Rooting for 33 to get it done here, G. You got to get on the board.
Definitely always want to make an impact, and especially on senior night, you never want to go out on the wrong end of the scoreboard. I'm sure those nights in that huddle, they're definitely, we got to pick this up. We got to get a win for Bailey.
Reagan inside. Here's Langer. Nice cut. And over the left shoulder. Just schools the defender Carpenter.
What a fall away jumper right there, Brian. Hand in the face and still got it to swish in the net.
So we're all square at 23 apiece as the first points of quarter number 3 belong to the home team. But West just too good, knifing through the defense there.
Great positioning right there from West and a beautiful pass over the top of the outstretched defender's arms, and she just steps through for the easy 2.
Snyder has to give it up. Now Swihart barreling her way into the paint. It's going to be a defensive foul. Most of the contact there created by Reagan. It's going to be 2 team fouls now on the Scots. First of the night, though, on Tuggle. Lexi rifled it in there. Deli just a bit too strong with the offering. So now Highland with a chance to add to their 2-point lead. Will they by 3? They will indeed. Bottoms up from Carpenter.
That was nothing but net. Brian didn't even touch the rim. What a shot and stroke right there from Carpenter for 3.
Wenger off the screen looking to match, and she will. Bet it right back.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Right there, Lexi Wenger responding with the triple of her own.
Back-to-back threes at each end of the floor. Offense starting to pick up here in the third as we're 3 minutes gone by. And Highland gets another clean look straight away, this time back iron. West battling for it, but it's tipped away and boarded by Dilly. Here comes Wenger. They swing it. Now Caudill. Boy, she gets the shot off fast, doesn't she, G? And finds the bottom of the barrel there.
It's her second 3 tonight, Brian. Now Highland knowing you've got to step up outside on Northmor. They are lethal from behind the arc.
Northmor now with 6 made 3-pointers in the contest. That foul's going to be on the floor. Though it was a pretty scoop shot finish there for Tuggle. Looked like me in the chicken dip last night, G. I was all over that.
What kind of ice cream flavor do you like right there, Brian? Dipping that one in there and scooping it in.
Kind of a mint chip fan myself, G. So Highland back to work. West had excellent position. The pass wasn't on target, though, as Wenger took it away. And Caudill might get an offensive foul. She will. It's going to be a charge against Page.
Good positioning right there. I believe she was set. The offensive player ran right into her, and that will be a charge call.
Looked a little bit even more brutal in our replay as we had it sped up there. Caudill just launching herself through her. That's going to be her third foul. 2 team fouls on each side as the short corner J goes down. Good looking shot right there from Jackson.
Highland beginning to find their touch from the outside. A nice crossover right there by Wenger. She takes it all the way to the cup.
Misfires from point blank range, backs it out. Left hand, no good, but the third time is the charm.
Lexi Wenger cannot be stopped down low. Somebody's got to get a body on her and box her out.
Wenger flexing on him down in the post as she's got 17 points now. Knights on top by 1. Quick burst. Saw that exact play a little bit earlier, except for Tuggle was able to land the scoop shot before. This time off target. And here comes the senior on the attack. Bailey to the cup. She'll head to the free throw line. So Snyder, the senior, a chance to get on the scoreboard here. .58 senior. Puts up the first, comes up well short. As Highland gets in a pair of subs here. Maddie Gordon back onto the floor along with Kennedy Altizer. And the senior comes up short again, so an empty trip from the foul line. Lisa Highland on the leak out. Great looking pass, and the left-handed finish is good for Tuggle.
Highland still playing very unselfishly right there. Nice pass down to Tuggle, who was running the floor against the easy left-handed layup.
Not a wise pass there by Wenger, but Reagan Swihart bails her out by giving up the body, going down to the floor. Forces the tie-up. Now Zager is going to check into the contest. Snyder over to the bench. Played some solid minutes here. Northmor going with a full court press. Looks like they're man-to-man with Swihart playing Rover, and Highland wants to take a timeout. Whitney Smith, just a 30 taken by her. As her Scots right now nursing just a 1-point cushion, and it's been back and forth all night, G. I mean, this definitely has all the makings of a game that's going to come down to the final minute, final possession. Unless someone can create some separation here over the next several minutes, but just doesn't seem like that type of game.
Last time these teams met, it was a 15-point victory for Highland. So Northmor coming in here as the underdogs, and they have not played like it. They've been neck and neck here with Highland after that first quarter.
So here's Carpenter to inbound. Gets it to Jackson, being pressured by Reagan. And now Lexi switches on to her. Altizer tried to rifle it inside, picked off Wenger. Coast to coast action. Floater won't go. Rebound fought for inside by Emily Zeger. And we're going to get a foul, loose ball foul against Kennedy Altizer. .5'11" junior Emma West back out onto the floor for Highland. Lone Scott in double-figure scoring. Good looking setup here for Swihart. Missed it. And the offensive board work leads to 2 points for Zeger.
Nice box out right there from Zeger to get positioning on the defender, and is there for the offensive rebound. But now Tuggle will turn it over for Highland, and Northmor beginning to get some momentum.
Back-to-back turnovers now for the Fighting Scots. Northmor with a 1-point cushion as we're down to 2 minutes to play here in the third. Bucket here would give them their biggest lead of the night, but they're going to give it away. And pushing the other way is Tuggle. What a leave as she passes to Gravy and is going to send Fitzpatrick to the line off the setup.
It was a beautiful pass right there. Faked and moved to the left hand, back to the right. The beautiful dish down low with the bounce pass.
Once again, I want to encourage everybody out there to leave us comments on our Facebook and YouTube channels, and you just might make it onto tonight's Fan Zone, including Angie Evans, who I see is cheering on the Knights, as is Melissa Radell. And she's an enthusiastic fan. Lots of exclamation points there. Ashley cheering on from Ashley, Ohio. She's in her own town, G. That's pretty cool. Didn't know there was such a place. Reagan, what a pass to Lexi. She's going to get clocked and head to the free throw line. Haley Dilly was on the backside. Thought that Wenger might try to dish it off one more pass. But she's at the charity stripe and a chance to add to her game-high 17.
Just as I mentioned earlier, I believe it was at halftime, if you're Wenger, take it to the bucket and make them foul you or play perfect defense. If they get the block, so what? It will be your ball, go back out of bounds as Wengler makes her cash in right there with the one free throw attempt, gets it to go.
Gordon's got 4 fouls. She has exited the game along with Altizer and Tuggle as 3 fresh bodies out on the floor here for Highland. Presumably for the last 95 seconds here of the third quarter as Wenger rims out the second. Off the slip, no look inside for Howard. Wide open, clean jump shot. Jackson couldn't bury it. And now it's going to be the 5th team foul against Highland as West picks up what I believe is her second. So it's 34 all. Wenger over on the sideline here for Northmor. Who's going to step up for the Golden Knights in the absence of their top scorer? Will it be Reagan? Not right here. Highland filling the lanes, pushing it down the far side. Jump shot. Too strong. An unhappy Highland bench. Really thought that Fitzpatrick got clocked there on the shot attempt. Now Reagan has to pick up her dribble. Knights can hold for the final shot here, the third, if they so choose. Instead, it's going to be Brooke Dennison shuffling her shoes. And the freshman's going to turn it over.
See if Highland can come out here and get some momentum back into their favor at the end of this third quarter before the fourth quarter starts.
So Swihart over to the bench as well. So the top two scores for Northmor inactive here for the final 22 seconds. Four on three. How about West getting behind the defense, and she makes them pay.
What a tremendous setup right there over the top, and West is running wide open for two.
Last chance of the third for the Golden Knights. Dennison got bumped. She went around the screen. Fitzpatrick met her. Next foul against Highland is going to put Northmor on the line in the bonus. I'm actually surprised Coach Beachy's not trying to get Lexi Winger back into the game here. See why, as that one wild shot by Riley Johnson at the end of the frame brings us into money time, folks. We'll be back. Fourth quarter action on the way.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Back for money time here inside of the castle, where it's going to be Northmor basketball. They trail it by 36-34 against visiting Highland. Brian Skronsky, Garrett Parlett with you on the call from North Bloomfield Township. Johnson off the drive. He's going to head to the free throw line here for a 1-and-1. So quickly the Knights get into the bonus, just 11 seconds here into the frame.
That is huge for the Knights to get into the bonus now. Any foul, they will be heading to the free throw line. A huge killer for this Highland Fighting Scots team.
5'4" sophomores. Gotta knock down the first to earn the second. Can't do it. Boarded by West. Now here comes Highland in the half-court set. A little bit of confusion on the defensive side here for the Knights. As they're going to stick with their trapping 2-1-2 half-court zone. Highland doing well to distribute. Haven't been able to find space. And they won't hear Johnson into the passing lane. jumped the route, but knocked out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in from the corner here for Highland.
Northmor is everywhere defensively, deflecting passes. Highland cannot get anything to go here on offense.
Carpenter to the corner for Tuggle. Now the skip pass, quick acceleration for Tuggle. Fouled on the shot attempt. And the lefty has a couple free throws coming up her way.
It was a high arcing shot. Brian thought it might have fallen. Thought it was going to fall in. It went all the way up off the top of the backboard. Almost got that one to go, but nonetheless, we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
First one is good. Tuggle now with just 3 points. Not even quite halfway to her season average. Second leading scorer on the club. Been held in check for the most part tonight. Second free throw off target. Dilly tied up. Jump ball, possession arrow. Gonna stay down here. West looking for some options. And now off the pop, the 3 ball rains down way too far from Carpenter. Wenger in transition, nice pass, backside, missed shot from Dilly. One and done for the Lady Knights. More nice hustle there from Dennison. Broke it up. Now Lauren Johnson in for Riley Johnson, if you can even tell the difference between the two. Twin sisters out there. Identical twins at that. Similar styles of play too. Knights trapped down in the corner. Highland showing some patience, getting the shot that they wanted. But they will not convert, so here comes the Knights trailing by 3. Wenger's been quiet here of late. But that 3 from Dennison, anything but quiet, rattles it home.
Northmor cannot be stopped from behind the arc. They are splashing threes left and right. If I'm Highland's head coach, I might want to get a timeout call here because Northmor is hounding on the defensive end. Highland cannot get anything to go offensively.
Lady Scots work it side to side. Rush shot right there. But Jackson makes up for it. She comes up with the theft. Pushes it ahead west. Fouled on the floor by Reagan Swihart. Bit of a touchy foul. And it's going to be on the floor. 3rd foul for Reagan. Full timeout taken by Coach Beachy and the Golden Knights, who locked up in a dead heat right here. All knotted at 37 apiece. And like we talked about at the last timeout, G, it just seems like one of those games probably going to come down to the final possession. Neither team can create separation here tonight.
Might come down to who gets the last steal and who can push it on the fast break at the last opportunity to get a bucket, because it is head-to-head. Neither team is backing down from this challenge, Brian. All knotted at 37.
Northmor having some fun here. Little crowd surfing in the baby student section. Can't have too many kids out there in the lane, but Northmor are making the best of their allotted number of students. They're allowed to come out here and cheer on the girls team. And just good to see even some small student sections again, G.
Always good to see some kind of support, especially some school spirit from the boys down there cheering on their girls team.
See what Highland can come up with at the offensive end in the half-court set. It has been a challenge, to say the least, and it continues to be a struggle for them as they've got another giveaway. Northmor pushing off of the turnover. Now Wenger off the cut. Might have got away with the travel. Draws a second defender. Kick out to the corner. High shot from Jordan. Airmailed it. But then three Knights all converge on the ball, making it tough for the pass. Right back to Jordan, and this time she comes through.
Good defense right there to know that she was alone in the backcourt. No other Highland player was coming back to help, and she got the turnover right there in the easy bucket.
So Northmor pushes ahead on the scorebook by 2. Highland can't recapture the lead, and Jordan with the board. Dennison with the kick out to Wenger. Misfired foul on the floor on the block out. This is going to go against Lauren Johnson, who was all over the Highland player. I believe it was Carpenter.
What a shot that would have been from Wenger right there. I believe the roof might have came off this place after that three-point make from Wenger, but she couldn't get it to go, and Highland will take it on offense.
Scott's in a little bit of a slump offensively. Just haven't been able to figure out this zone. Northmor just trapping all over the floor as West makes a move down in the lane. Off target, but another possession created here from the offensive rebound. Carpenter from the rafters drops it through.
Tremendous shot right there, and lethal ice in her veins. Carpenter with the defender in her face too, splashes that one from downtown.
So the senior providing a little bit of life in exactly what the Fighting Scots needed after a little cold spell came through for them. And now here's Lauren Johnson on the line, 1-1. Chance to tie it up and even give Northmor the lead. She will square us away at 40 apiece with 3:13 to go. And Johnson airballs the second free throw. So we'll remain deadlocked at 40 all in this Monday night KMAC showdown. Coming down to the wire here at the Castle. See who can make the bigger, bolder plays down the stretch. Highland's gonna get a runner in the lane, and it's gonna be a good one from Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick is Fitz magic right there, coming to life when Highland needed it most with the floater with the left hand in the lane.
And now West comes away with it, pushing to the other end, and she's gonna drop the biscuit in the basket, plus some butter on the side as she's heading to the free throw line for one more.
Take the bump, take the foul. Emma West doesn't mind, and she gets it to go for 2, and she can make this a 3-point play. Could be a 5-point swing for the Scots here late.
It's going to be the 4th foul against Swihart. And in that situation, it was a bit of a ticky-tack call, but at the same time, and if you're going to foul and present some contact, you better whack that player. That way they're not able to be in this position like West is. Chance to cap off a 3-point play, give her Scots a 5-point lead, and she will do exactly so. Now we'll see what Northmore's made of, down to 2.5 minutes to play. Quick move by Dennison with the blow-by like a kite in the wind, and she got all the way to the cup.
Nice shake right there from Dennison. got the defender leaning and took advantage as Highland's going to get it up the floor.
Little cherry picking, but Wenger came over. Little swap party, but got her down low with the body, so it will send West back to the free throw line.
Man, what a close call right there. Thought that one could have went either way, Brian, but Stripes do call a body on Wenger, and that will be her third foul.
Eighth team foul now on Northmor. So both teams in the 1-and-1. With 18 fouls each. West with points number 15 and 16 as she pushes the lead, bumping it back up to 5. And now it's Northmor looking for an answer. As Freddie Beachy wants a timeout. I think it's going to be a full timeout. Gives his girls an opportunity to catch their breath real quick, talk some strategy, go over some scenarios here, and what's most important, delivering a bucket here on this possession. But you also have to talk about what you do off the make or the miss. So a lot of information, I'm sure, from Coach Beachy right here. And that's what happens when it gets down to crunch time, G. You got to know all your options. This is what you go over at practice time and time again. When you get down to the wire here, you got to know what to do in these type of scenarios.
Usually at the end of practice, they always go over these tough situations late in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes remaining, you're down 5 points. The scenario that the Knights are in right now, what are you going to do? You got to get some easy shots, maybe try to force some turnovers. Try not to foul unless you desperately have to.
Lady Knights have not been able to get Wenger going here in the second half. She has been stuck on 17 for virtually the entire second stanza. After leading all scorers in the first. See if they use Lexi or if she becomes a bit of a decoy here. And get it into her hands, but then kicks it right back out. They want to post up Wenger. Now here's Lexi off the bounce, got bumped on the body. Foul coming before the shot attempt, so it will be a 1-and-1 for the junior.
This is the good news for the Knights. If they do get fouled, they will head to the charity stripe with a chance for a 1-and-1. Here we go with Lexi Wenger. See if she can cut into this lead, possibly 4 or maybe even 3 if she makes both.
Comes up clutch with the first, earning a second attempt. This will make it a 1-possession game. Spins out. West clears it. And now Highland with an opportunity to kind of take a stranglehold on this game if they can waste some time. That's their biggest friend here as we're down to just about 90 ticks remaining. But they go over the top inside. What position, and a big bucket from Gordon.
Nice pass right there from Emma West, being this time the facilitator up top, over the top to Gordon, as she's standing wide open for 2.
It's her first points of the night. Can the Knights garner a response? They'll set up Zager, back iron. A couple of hops tipped out, and now into the hands of Caudill. Nearly threw it away. Wenger with the athleticism to beat it to the corner. And then, wow! Popping the pinata was Emma West, coming out, just smacking that thing out of midair.
With the authority too, Brian. You heard that one up here.
Big rebound off the miss for Gordon. And let's see this one more time. The pigeon smacks fresh out of flight. No chance for that one as West came over and just crushes the crouton.
Highland can knock down these free throws. Might put a bow on it, Brian, make it an 8-point lead.
Tuggle too strong with the shot attempt. Reagan pushes it ahead. Here's Lexi. Kick out to the corner. Paige Caudell, probably the best three-point shooter they got. Misses that one. And now we're going to get 2 free throws on the way for Brooke Dennison. So it's best case scenario here if you're a Golden Knights fan. No time coming off the clock. Chance to eat away at that deficit by a couple.
Some big free throws right here. Time is stopped. Exactly what the Knights wanted. Let's see if she can knock down at least one of these, exactly what they need.
Big spot here for the freshman. See if she goes deer in headlights or if she's able to calmly, coolly knock them down. And I see Bailey Snyder over at the score table. We were talking at halftime. It'd sure be great, some type of scenario where Bailey could produce like the game-winning shot or something.
Would definitely be a cool way to end your last senior home game, hit a game winner over one of your KMAC rivals.
One for 2 from Dennison. West took a pop in the mouth there from Riley Johnson. She'll head down to the other end. 2 shots for her as well, as that is now the 10th team foul against the Lady Knights.
I believe West a 77% free throw shooter. So exactly who you want at the line if you're a Scots fan.
And if Highland is to hold on tonight, I think that Emma West certainly should be in the mix for player of the game. Now with 17 points, done some nice things for her team at both ends.
Hard to disagree with that statement, Brian.
Six-point deficit here for the Lady Knights as we're down to 25 ticks to go. Got to produce some offense. Swihart at least able to save it, but they got to get a shot up quick, and they can't do it. Turnover here for the Knights, and it's a costly one. Deep inbound, hits the backside there of Johnson as she comes away with the steal. And then they were trying to set it up for Bailey Snyder there, called a timeout.
See what Coach Beachy draws up for his senior, the lone senior here for Northmor. See if she can get on the board.
And I imagine that's got to be exactly what they're drawing up right now is how do we get 33 open for a clean look where she can end her senior night the way that it needs to go down in the scorebook with a big bucket. And we could not be more wrong. Gee, she's now over on the bench. I'm actually kind of surprised. Off the kick, Wenger will inbound again. Looks like they're going to go with the same exact play and pretty much the same exact result.
Got to get some kind of motion out of this set. Northmor being very static, you know, just standing around, kind of hoping for the ball to come their way, but they got to get moving with only 11 seconds left.
Quick give and go. Wenger off target. Rebound secured by West. And I believe that is going to take us to the end of tonight's contest with the Lady Scots on top by 6 as they complete the season sweep of their KMAC rivals with a win here tonight inside the castle. We'll step away one more time. We'll be back with some post-game coverage get an interview with our player of the game, Emma West, and maybe even a coach for Highland. We'll also have some final stats, so keep it with us. Post-game coverage rolls along right after this.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report.
We are back with our player of the game, junior forward Emma West, who showed out tonight in a big victory. Second straight win here for you girls as we get ready for tournament time. Does it feel like you're starting to build some momentum at the right time of the season?
Yeah, it does. It does.
What do you think has been propelling you ladies here over the last couple of weeks? Where you're starting to get some positive vibes going, get those wins.
I couldn't tell you. We just were winning.
Tell me about your game here tonight. You did a little bit inside, a little bit outside. You had the big block there at the end. Just overall, assess your performance for me.
Well, I don't even know what to say. I don't know. About my playing, I don't know.
Do you normally you bring a pretty good inside-outside attack? Do you consider yourself a versatile player?
I mean, I guess I try.
Well, you knock off Northmor for the second time this year. I know that they're a rival of yours. Just how nice is it to complete a season sweep over a KMAC team?
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, so Emma West, our player of the game. Tell me, what's next for you girls? What do you need to do to continue this momentum and be on a high peak as you enter tournament time?
Just keep working hard and having fun.
All right, that's what it's all about. All right, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate your time. Now we have the head coach of Highland, who is going to be joining me right now. We've got Whitney Levering, who is with me. And, Coach, just assess the overall team performance for me. What did you like out of your girls tonight?
Pretty much that we didn't quit. We were constantly going after it, playing hard. We got down 2 points in the fourth quarter. We could have totally buckled. We've done that previously before, but the girls kept their composure, even with some of those questionable calls. I'm really proud with just how we kept at it. We were tenacious.
Emma wouldn't comment much about what type of player she is. What do you feel like she brings to the table for you night in and night out?
Well, she's obviously our best post player, and I love that she can almost touch the rim. I mean, she's got major hops, and she knows how to finish against pressure, especially when she's aggressive towards the basket. And I honestly think she can play anywhere on the court. She doesn't give herself enough credit because she can shoot the three as well as finish down low. So we'll eventually get her to that point.
Well, it's 2 straight wins for you ladies. Obviously, you want to be playing your best come tournament time. Does it feel like you've taken steps pretty much every week of the season and that you're starting to play some of your best basketball now?
Yeah, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised because we've been quarantined, and we just returned on Saturday. We played Saturday. We didn't practice yesterday, and then we played today. So it's definitely a different scenario, but I told them, I'm like, guys, this is the end of the season. We have nothing to lose except everything to gain, and let's just go after it and give it everything we got, and obviously they did that tonight.
All right, well, congratulations, a big road win here over Northmor to complete the season sweep of the Knights. Thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take one more time out. We're going to be right back. Me and G will wrap things up with final stats. Stay tuned.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete with same-day appointment options available. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Back here inside the castle where the final score 50-44 in favor of the Highland Fighting Scots. Brian Skronsky, Garrett Parlett with you to wrap up our coverage. And G-Man, I mean, this was a back-and-forth game. Neither team really created separation, and neither team played themselves out of the game really either until the last couple of minutes. Northmor went a little bit cold from the floor, and then Highland stepped up, made a couple of big plays, led by Emma West.
Northmore's defense in that second half kind of continued to do their thing in that third quarter, but when it got into crunch time and money time, as you mentioned, they kind of just fell flat on the defensive end, and Emma West kind of went to town inside, getting her shots up and making them.
And how about Highland, fresh out of quarantine as well? Just a couple of practices under their belt, and then they return to action red hot. Back-to-back wins for them as they return to the floor, and we'll go ahead and check out the final stats here tonight. Show you how the Fighting Scots got it done here on the road to knock off their KMAC rivals. And free throws, big difference for them right there as they knocked down 9. Also kind of won the battle in the paint as well with the rebound differential. More field goals as well. So Highland did just enough, a little bit better in a few categories.
Northmor with those 7 threes, that is a big number, but Highland made up for it in the free throw category. So a big win here from Highland adds to their total tonight, and another KMAC victory for the Scots. They struggled in the conference, but they pick up another one. I believe they moved to 4-9.
Of those 7 threes, I mean, that's almost half of Northmore's total field goals. So they're not a team that typically lights it up from the perimeter. Didn't really struggle offensively. It didn't feel like, though, because they were able to knock down those big shots. But the Golden Knights inside of the lane, I mean, they weren't able to get easy looks.
They struggled to get anything go in the post. Lexi Wenger was really the lone bright spot for the Knights down inside. Caudell had a few good threes outside looks, but other than that, it was kind of a struggle offensively for the Knights, and Highland capitalized in that fourth period. Northmor struggled defensively in that fourth quarter.
So give me some glass half full analysis here for these Golden Knights. What do you take away from the game that they can at least be positive about and move on to their next contest feeling like they're going to come out on top?
Definitely some improvement. They lost to Highland by 15. They came in here, and it was a game through 4.5 quarters. They stayed with Highland step for step, and a very young squad. Only the one senior, Bailey Snyder. Shout out to her on senior night. But other than that, Northmor, you got a lot to look forward to and a very bright future with Lexi Wenger.
And on the flip side for Highland, what would you say is your overall takeaway from their style of play and their execution?
They're very fun to watch down low. They get it done in a lot of areas. Tonight kind of showed me that they can shoot the ball. Katie Altizer had a few threes, and as well as some other players. Maddie Gordon had a good night, and Emma West, obviously our player of the game. I believe she had 16 points. So a very good squad here at Highland. Very young, very inexperienced, but once they get that niche, they're going to be pretty good.
They are a winner again one last time tonight, 50-44, as the bus ride home to Marengo is going to be a fun one for the Fighting Scots. It's going to wrap up our coverage from here inside of the castle. I want to thank everybody out there that watched our coverage in Facebook and YouTube land. Also thank our fantastic crew. How about my dude Garrett Parlett running top cam and doing color commentary? A true jack of all trades. Travis Berardi was down on the sidelines working the camera work for us. Also getting a pregame interview with our senior member of Northmor. Adam Thompson was directing tonight. Also builds all the graphics. Austin Michael track stats for us, along with his buddy Spencer Beer. My name's Brian Skronsky. Appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in tonight, and we'll see you for 5 live streams tomorrow, so lock it in on the OS Report. Tons of live and free hoops on the way. But for now, we out.